The roar of the ocean wind, the blind commitment into turn one, the endless ribbon of tarmac sweeping across the cliffs, and now, potentially, silence. The shockwaves are still rippling through the paddock after confirmation that the Australian Grand Prix will leave Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit from 2027. But it wasn't just the decision that set tongues wagging, it was the fury. Because when Jack Miller speaks about Phillip Island, he doesn't do it diplomatically. He speaks as a racer, as a local hero, as a man whose name is etched into the circuit itself. And this time, he didn't hold back. Calling the move horrendous, Miller has ignited one of the biggest controversies of the 2026 pre-season, directly questioning the direction of the championship under its new ownership, Liberty Media. In doing so, he has tapped into a wider unease within MotoGP about tradition, identity, and the balance between heritage and commercial growth. MotoGP has officially removed Phillip Island as host of the Australian Grand Prix from 2027 onwards, bringing to an end a relationship that has existed continuously since 1997. Rumours began circulating immediately after the 2025 edition of the race, with whispers of secret negotiations led by Dorna Sports to relocate the event to Adelaide. Those rumours have now solidified. A report from 7 News confirmed that South Australia has secured the hosting rights, with an official announcement expected imminently. That makes 2026 the final Australian Grand Prix at Phillip Island. A reality that clearly struck a nerve with Miller. The reaction first surfaced on Reddit, where Miller swiftly voiced his disappointment. But this was more than a passing comment. It was a warning shot. "This is a horrendous decision," he said. "I think the riders will be very angry. Basically, every rider considers it one of the top 3 tracks on the calendar." That statement alone speaks volumes. In a paddock where public diplomacy is often the norm, Miller chose candor. He went further, questioning what this signals for the future of the championship under Liberty Media's stewardship. Comparisons have already begun to be drawn with the transformation of Formula One in recent years. A shift towards new venues, street circuits, and commercially lucrative destinations. For some, that evolution modernized the sport. For others, it diluted its soul. Miller's concern is clear, that nothing is sacred anymore. "Get ready," he warned. "Nothing is sacred. Don't let the soul of the sport slowly disappear." For an Australian rider whose name adorns one of Phillip Island's corners, the attachment is deeply personal. But sentiment alone does not explain the backlash. The circuit is universally admired for its natural flow, high-speed commitment, and relentless exposure to coastal winds that create unpredictable, spectacular racing. Legends of the sport have repeatedly praised it. Marquez has long described it as one of his favourites, while Valentino Rossi famously said it is loved by all riders. Its layout rewards bravery and precision in equal measure. Particularly the iconic Turn 1, where riders launch downhill at full commitment for 27 laps without ever truly feeling comfortable. Miller captured that sensation perfectly. "It's the best circuit on the grid. The racing is always spectacular. Tracks that are too profitable are often boring." That comment cuts to the heart of the debate. Financial reality undeniably shapes modern MotoGP calendars. Hosting fees, regional investment, infrastructure, and global market expansion are central to long-term sustainability. South Australia's successful bid suggests strong governmental and commercial backing, something Victoria may have struggled to match. Yet history shows that commercially driven circuits do not automatically guarantee compelling racing. Phillip Island's natural topography, abrasive surface and unpredictable weather consistently produced tyre strategy gambles, slipstream battles and dramatic late-race twists. It wasn't manufactured entertainment, it was organic chaos. The larger question now is whether MotoGP is entering a new era of aggressive calendar restructuring under Liberty Media. The American group's blueprint in Formula One focused heavily on expanding into high-revenue markets and spectacle-driven events. If similar priorities take hold here, traditional circuits without the highest commercial leverage could become vulnerable. For Australian fans, the loss is emotional. For riders, it is competitive. For Miller, it is existential. "This is a circuit built for MotoGP bikes," he insisted. "Turn 1, you never lose that feeling lap after lap. You feel the same on the last lap as the first. It's terrifying, but it's one of the coolest feelings you can have on a motorcycle." That is not marketing language. That is pure racing instinct. The irony is that Phillip Island often delivered some of the most visually stunning broadcasts on the calendar. A natural amphitheatre where skill, courage and machine performance were laid bare against a dramatic coastal backdrop. Removing it sends a message. Tradition can be replaced. Whether this proves to be a progressive evolution or a misstep that alienates the paddock remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. Jack Miller has voiced what many may be thinking but are unwilling to say publicly. MotoGP stands at a crossroads: growth versus heritage, profit versus purity, expansion versus identity. And if the reaction from one of Australia's most passionate riders is anything to go by, this story is far from over. What makes this situation even more delicate is the timing. MotoGP is already navigating a transitional phase. New ownership, expanding global markets, and ongoing discussions about sprint formats, technical regulations, and cost control. Removing a circuit as iconic as Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit in the midst of that transformation risks amplifying the perception that the championship is shifting too quickly, too boldly, and perhaps without fully measuring the emotional cost. For the riders, Phillip Island has always represented a purist's challenge. It is not a stop-start venue dominated by heavy braking zones and tight hairpins. It is a high-speed flow circuit where momentum is everything. The constant exposure to crosswinds forces riders to adapt corner by corner, lap by lap. That unpredictability has often leveled the playing field, rewarding bravery over pure horsepower. From a sporting perspective, losing such a circuit alters the competitive landscape. Certain manufacturers historically thrived there because of chassis balance and corner speed. Others used it as a benchmark for aerodynamic efficiency and tyre conservation. Removing it from the calendar is not merely a geographical change. It subtly reshapes the technical narrative of a season.